nothing else left.
Really?
Yes.
Like to altcoins at the beginning this year.
Yeah, at the beginning of 2024, I allocated everything into altcoins, like, you know, Solana, Polygon, whatever else. Yeah, major altcoins. So let's see how it performs. They still are in minus.
Okay, let's see. Let's wait.
How
We're
is
all
on your
members
side?
anyway.
How your projects perform?
Quite okay. Like I'm quite overwhelmed with clients nowadays. It seems everyone wanna launch in 2025. So bullish also, quite
Exactly.
bullish. Yeah.
Exactly. We also have a lot of projects who are going to launch in 25. And for example, this Xforge, the project, X protocol, you remember the project with the phone, with the smartphone?
Yep.
Please, if you can, find some time to meet them. They are also based in Vietnam. And I believe this is a very, very good project. They have amazing backers, Dragonfly, Coin Fund, all these, you know, big guys. And plus the overall project traction, economy, tokenomics, devices, everything is so cool. So if they do well, they can create the same hype as Solana phone or even more. That is what I hope for.
Yeah. So yeah, I know the team. I know that you added to me, but just between you and me, I first thing is that I'm skeptical of all Vietnam team. That's the first thing. Secondly, among their
Really?
backers, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Secondly, among their backers, I know some of them, and some of the backers like even asking me for help in different terms. So
Uh-huh.
I'm still doing DD. Like uh,
Ah, I
I
see. And
I
why
didn't.
you?
Yeah.
Sorry, go on.
Like among my several clients, only 2 clients are in Vietnam, because to be frank, Vietnam's are among the best scammers in the world. That's the first thing.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah. So
Okay.
after DD, I will let you know also. But at the same time, I already
Mm-hmm.
made the call with them, and let's see what they say.
Wonderful. So yeah, please let me know if you have any insights about the team of backers. I think the backers are pretty good. And speaking about the team, one guy is Vietnamese and another guy is Russian. And if I understand correctly, they also have some business divisions in the US. So it's not purely local Vietnamese team. It's quite an international team. And like actually, yeah, I did not know that there is such a skepsis regarding Vietnamese teams. I thought in Vietnam you have pretty good crypto adoption and some good projects coming from the region as well.
Yeah, but if you count the total, like 99% is scams, quick scams.
Ah,
So of course
okay,
there are good
okay.
guys always. Like, do you know
Mm-hmm.
the Teal guy meme coin recently?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that they're making a big scandal of stealing the artwork from the notebook, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, actually
And they are
that's
also Vietnamese.
yeah, that's a Vietnamese book. So very funny.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
it was a
wonderful.
very good, very solid team, very solid project. But the IP
Mm-hmm.
can kill that IP infringement can kill the project. So I'm doing my duty. But anyway.
Yeah, that's a good point. So let us know if you have any more questions also about this project. And if I don't know if any additional info that we can provide you regarding this project. However, we also, what it was, yeah, for market making services as well, I believe that it's worth talking to them as potential clients because they are not a meme coin, but they are planning to launch some meme coins on their own chain, layer 3 on Base. And maybe it can be a good synergy with your market making skills. The only thing that confuses me in this project, Inix protocol right now, is that initially they told me that they plan to go without market makers. I mean, doing marketing by themselves. I believe this is a very risky and very approach. I told this to the founders. They have their in-house team of engineers who can do the bots, who can do the trading bots, but it's not about trading bots, right? Market making is about strategies, about understanding how you can drive the volumes and so on and so forth, correct?
Yeah, well, that's quite sensitive, but what you just said is true. But at the same time, if they say they can make trading bots, it means they have been running proprietary trading for quite a while already. So I guess they have some good ground to say that they can do market making themselves. Of course, like apart from basic trading strategies, what we have more than other people is, I would say, some tricks. Like for example, if you listed on MacQcoin, if you're listed on Maxi, what kind of orders you want to make, what kind of strategies you should employ at what hour to avoid being hunted, etc. But that's just the tip of the cream. I would say even if they do making themselves, it's not too hard.
Really? But I thought to do market making, it's just not about bots. It's about all the knowledge you accumulated while launching different tokens and understanding how they perform in different cycles and different exchanges, right?
Yeah, of course, that's true. But I would say, like, if they are a proprietary trading team that is already familiar with algo, not going out, not go to the market and buy some bots and say we're market making, but doing themselves. So if they are already doing it themselves, I won't say that I won't say that I'm more than 50% better than them, which means they can do it. But let's see. I will talk with them and be frank, be open about that.
Okay, wonderful. By the way, where are Alex and Ioannis, our analysts? Maybe they are waiting and can't join. Is it possible?
Yeah, of course. Like, I don't see any request.
Okay, let me ping them in the chat. Just 1 second, because we planned to discuss Midu today. And also, I wanted to touch the ground on discussing what else you and us can do together. Because, well, and I'm sorry for being without video. Just here I am. Hi there.
No worries.
Yeah, but I'm right now cooking for my dogs. I have 2 dogs, and I did not have time. I had calls from early morning, so I need to cook some
Really?
lunch for the dogs. Yeah.
Can I see? Can I see them?
The dogs? So yeah, definitely. Just a sec. How I can turn it? So this is the one.
Okay.
His name is Mopsy, and he's an old guy of 10 years. And then just a second. Mindy, come here. Oh, just a second. And here is Mindy. She's a girl, and she's young. She's just 4 years old.
Yep. Hello, guys. Merry Christmas. Hey. How are you?
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
Sorry, we're just finishing another call with Alex. He will join in a bit.
Oh, wonderful. I am glad that you joined, Ioannis. And yeah, since Alex is still not here, I think before touching the Midu, I just want strategically to talk with Kwang, because Kwang, you remember from the very first meeting, we were talking that we can do a lot of things together. And it's always difficult when you have a lot of synergy, but you start, it's from very zero. It's always difficult to see the complete picture. This picture becomes clearer with each project, each discussion, each call that we have together. And right now, I understand more clearly than on our first call that as a launchpad, Alphamind, I need a partner like you in order look, for me, the part of token performance that happens after TG and after listing is a miracle. I have zero expertise, right, in market making, in managing price performance, etc., etc. And I believe that would be absolutely wonderful if we can partner with you, not only for Midu, but also, it's just thinking out loudly, correct me if I'm wrong, but if we try to bring you some projects that we are launching, of course, some of them may have already some market makers, yeah, with whom they have contractual conditions, etc. But those who are flexible, we can bring them to you as clients. And then we can, like 3 parties, project, Alphamind, and V20, somehow work together in order to see how we can accelerate the project until it becomes really successful with amazing price performance and good vibes and everything good. So we have a few projects, for example, that are already strong, and a few projects that feel not very confident regarding tokenomics and maybe some marketing, metrics, points, etc. And what do you think about this? I mean, I think it can be a beautiful collaboration.
Yeah, agree. I totally agree. Like on my side, whatever resources I have, I will just lay them on the table, and you just deploy them when you want. And whenever we have profit from project, we can just share it. I believe that. By the way, how's Super Mimi doing? I see that the price is not going up.
Yes, and it's horrible. We were talking with them, and they said that Tirere. What is the name of their market maker?
Trireme. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know the market maker Trireme?
No idea. Doesn't ring a bell.
No idea. Okay. It's I think it's quite a popular market maker in base ecosystem, because I already know a few projects that are using this market maker. However, I don't know them personally, this market making guys. And as the team told us, Super Meme team, that actually this Trireme, they did something was wrong with their, I don't know, either algorithms or something like that. And that is why the price goes not as they expected. So I already recommended them to go to the 20. I don't know. Did we make an intro?
I would take that. I would take that comment with a grain of salt, because like my initial comment was that Super Meme is very greedy with the launch pads. So this.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Yeah, yeah. So this kind of price action is unavoidable, I would say. They also got on the table of Dex2, Dexfox venture. I also wouldn't know over that. Yeah.
Okay. So you believe that this has nothing to do with actual market making. This has to do with the project being greedy and actually using all the retail by pressure during the IDO, so nothing is left for the listing.
Yes. So I mentioned to you in the beginning that they wanted quick money, and I tried to look at the chart, look at the order book on the first and second day. I think even they themselves, they minted or snapped some, and they sold it also. So I would take the comment on the market maker with a grain of salt.
I see. Thanks a lot for clarifying it. Okay. How do you think? Can we do something to improve the situation? I mean, we as a launchpad, or we together, or it's just it should be considered as a loss and a learning curve.
Yeah, a loss. Forget it.
Forget it. Okay, let's forget it. I was just thinking maybe we can do some valuable intros, give some smart advice to the team how to go further and correct the situation. But if you believe it will not help, that's also fine.
Yeah, I don't think so. And especially since they told you that all the fault is on the market making side, it tells more about them actually.
Okay. Okay. Deal. Then with this question is closed, and then there are few other projects. So, for example, we have a project ZKAG. Ioannis, can you please explain very briefly, make a small elevator pitch what these guys are building?
Yeah, so ZKAGI, it's a deepin network. So they're creating a deepin network, and on top of it, they've created an AI agent builder, let's say, something similar to what a virtuals protocol do. So ZKAGI, it's they have their own DB network with 35 nodes running right now. They haven't done a node sale yet, and they've created this platform where you can create AI agents. They've integrated a couple of LLMs, that open source LLMs that people can use to create the AI agents. And they have some extra features like text to image generators, face swaps. So that's essentially what they do. And I mean, in the narrative around ZKAGI is very good with the current market, let's say. So yeah, this is the project that we are talking about.
And they have the similar tokenomics as SuperMeme. 50% unlock at TGE and equal conditions for both VCs and public round retail investors. And we have some, so on one side, as Ioannis said, the narrative is super hypey and the vibes and everything, AI agents is like dominating right now, at least in this part of the world. But at the same time, after Super Meme, we became more cautious with models like 50% unlock at DGE and so on and so forth. And I feel like the founders, they are also not very confident, meaning, they are very open, they are very transparently answering all questions, but they are themselves a little bit worrying about if their tokenomics is good enough to sustain good performance. So how do you think? First of all, we will send you all the details about this project, but how do you think? Does it make sense to send you to try to experiment together with you if we can incubate it together?
Yeah, for sure. Actually, you already added me to their group chat, and the call with them is gonna be in like 2.5 hours. You can join.
Oh, wow. But that's wonderful. Okay. Sorry, I completely messed up. So that's wonderful. Okay, this is one project. Then, Ioannis, what else do we have on table?
We have Midu, we can talk about in more detail as well.
Mm-hmm.
And in terms of other collaborations, I think we made an intro with X Protocol as well.
We already discussed it before you joined.
Okay, perfect.
So Kwang will do some due diligence and then let us know if he believes it's a next star project, next unicorn, or if there are some red flags.
Okay, perfect. I mean, I have a question regarding Kwang and what's his current idea on like this tokenomics. Do you believe that having a fair valuation, a valuation for all rounds the same, and then having big unlocks at the beginning is something that could work or works? I mean, what's your opinion on this? Or would you prefer something which is lower valuation for the private investors and then like higher valuation for the retail investors with not 50% unlock, let's say 20% unlock, and then 6 months vesting?
Yeah. So let me answer questions one by one. The first question is about ZKAGE. The second question is about the tokenomics that you just asked. So just a quick comment. We're gonna call ZKAG team in like 2.5 hours. So I will send you the link. But quick comment. Because I spent time on their white paper and website and tokenomics, etc. The tokenomics is weak. That's the first answer. And secondly, even their tech is weak. They compare themselves to, they try to compare themselves to OpenAI, to ChatGPT, to BitTensor, etc., saying that their tech is better, but their tech is not that better, to be frank. So in my team, I have some very strong AI researcher. We've been winning all the hackathons around the world. So I'm not sure if I should talk about that fundamental things in the code, but maybe not. Like if we decide to go with them in terms of market making,
Mhm.
then I will give some comments on those fundamental things. But so
Uh-huh.
that's a quick comment on their tech. The second thing is tokenomics. In terms of tokenomics, to be frank, everything is for show. In 2017, we were doing the pre-sale, which means private round, seed round, all kinds of round, and just go to the market. And then in
Mhm.
2022, we're doing the stealth launch. And then 2024, 2023, the trend nowadays is pump platforms, but it's all for show. It's all a joke, to be frank. The only thing that matters is the percentage of control. So if your project is long term and you want to uh, like you don't really need a quick cash, so you go the way like Pachi Penguin, like prepare a lot of money, spend a lot of time finishing the project, and just go with it. So even Pachi Penguin, they had 50% unlock, and they had a lot of airdrop, and 86% of the airdrop has been claimed and has been sold already. They still maintain because they built the hype for the project, and the market keeps buying it. On the other hand, that's a lucky case, but on a normal case, like which I prefer to talk about, we don't talk about super successful case. Normal case is all about token control. So the question is at the beginning, how much control you have after 3 months, after 6 months, how many percent of control you have, because that's all the market maker needs to drive the chart. So if you unlock, if you do a lot of airdrop, but you log in for 6 months, it's fine. After 6 months, we can build the hype. And when those unlocks are claimed, we can just let the price drop a bit, or we have the hype and retail will come in and buy. And on the, in the on the other hand, if we do the stealth launch or pump model, it's all about whether or not you're going to snipe at the beginning. So normally nowadays, a lot of projects are doing stealth launch or pump model like pump fund. And the actual thing that happens under the table is that once it's launched, I will just snipe. As the market maker, I just snipe up to like 95% control. So as long as the market maker has 95% control of the circulating supply, we can do anything. We can drive it up, drive it down. It's all about playing with the mentality of the retail trader. So that's what I talk about the trend nowadays, and that's about the freedom of market maker. On the other hand, we always have long-term projects like Pendle. Like Pendle, they didn't care about the token price for the first 3 years, and since their product is good, it will just keep going up. So it depends on your choice. But if you don't have a lot of money and a super good tech like Pendle nowadays, you should go with the choice of quick money, like or at least safe money, which means you have to retain your percentage of control as high as possible. So whatever way you do, either airdrop a lot and lock, or don't airdrop, do a fair launch but actually use snipe.
Okay, so the idea is if we go with the launch, let's say in the sniping, you target 95% of the circulating supply as the market maker, and then you can just build. Like you have the freedom of pumping the price, right? When you have a 95. So
Yeah, that's true. And that's the first problem. The second problem is that it's safe because basically you bought 95% of the circulating supply at the lowest price possible. So in the worst case, you will be break even. You don't lose money.
okay, I see. And how much? I mean, for this kind of projects that are launching at a 5 million valuation, how much money is required from? I suppose this money is given from the project, right, to kind of buy up the circulating supply.
Yeah. There are many tricks to do it. So the 5 million number is just a number because actually not all those tokens will go to the market at the beginning. And also that price will not be kept. For example, look at Super Meme. They launched at like, I think they launched at 50 mil, but now their market cap is 2 mil. It is now that we, like, if they have money in hand and they have a like decent market maker, they can start spending money now and buy back. So on the other hand, if all the tokens in the investor's hand are locked, the only thing is the LP at the beginning. So you do a fair launch, you add LP into the DEX, then you just snipe that DEX. So you can choose to either launch at low price and snipe it up, or launch at high price, push it down, and then snipe it up. And
Okay.
yes, of course, the money comes from the inventory of the project normally.
Okay, I see. I mean, very interesting insights that you give us here.
Yeah, and please keep
So,
it
so a lot of
confidential.
projects, this is what they are doing right now, right?
To be frank, there are two types of project right now. The good, like the clean types, like not really clean, but smart types. They go with this model, especially those go through pump platform like Pump Fund or whatever pump. They work with market maker, they snipe, and they just play with the volume and price up and down and list it onto sex. And then from sex, it depends on luck, like whether marketing is successful when hype goes, or the project will just stay there. So that's the first type. The second type is, I will not say 100%, but 90% is like super meme. Do a lot of pre-sale with a lot of money, be as greedy as possible at the beginning, take all those money, pocket yourself, and let's see. Like if the project keeps go down, leave it.
Okay. I mean, we need to also understand how much was the refund on Superman, because when you have so many launchpads and most of them refund a lot, it's not that you are getting money, a lot of it. You just give it back.
I'm not
For
super sure about that, because the thing is that they can print token and sell on the curve at the beginning also.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that speaking about refunds, another interesting experiment. You remember the first project we launched, AVA protocol. Right now, they are trading around 2x, 1.8x to the IDO price. And they raised 1 million on Alphamind, our platform. And then they raised 500,000 across several other launchpads. So you can always say they became greedy with launchpads, and I completely agree with that, because founder was just panicking if he will have enough money to pay for listing fees and so on and so forth. But after first day after listing, when they listed on KuCoin, Gate, and which was the third, Mexi.
Mexi, yeah.
Yeah, the first hours were horrible. I mean, the chart was crazy with these candles up, down, and even few times they went below IDO price. And you know what happened on all other launchpads? 90% refund. So actually, from 500,000 they raised on other launchpads, 90% was refunded. And only Alphamind remained 100% without refunds. As a result, right now, AVA is trading nearly 2x. And I believe founder told me that they have some strategies to continue growing the price further. But those people who already refunded, first of all, they really shoot in the leg of the project. But second, they can't buy at the same price they bought previously. I just wanted to share it with you.
Yeah, but in terms of trading, the best ways is that get refund today, buy it at lower price than IDO, and later sell it. If you still want to go with the project and the price is lower than your purchase price, just take the refund, buy it at lower price.
100% agree, but I'm not sure all Launchpad investors, they believe the same. I mean, I'm not sure that they are professional traders, right?
Yeah, for sure, for sure. But as a choice, like if you get the refund today, you always have the choice to buy some and keep the residual, or don't buy some. But if you don't get the refund, the only choice you have is to stick with it.
Okay. Yeah. No, certainly. Go ahead.
No, I just said it's another part of the philosophical discussion, but just getting back to my, because yeah, right now we don't have refunds, Kwang, and I would love to brainstorm with you one day regarding this, but for the moment, we kind of trying to educate community that if you want to be an investor, you cannot rely on refunds. You should rely on DIR, due diligence, fundamentals, or any other research results that you make, and not just blindly jump everywhere and hope for refunds. But
I,
yeah, sorry.
I really like it. Really like the mentality.
Thank you so much. And so far, our community is okay with that. So they are not complaining that we do not have refund. They are saying, okay, let's try. And for us, it's very important to prove to them that we are better than those launch pads that bring refunds. Because those launch pads who have refunds, they are launching shitty projects. They are doing not very good performance. And I'm really trying to figure out how we can overcome them. Meanwhile, this brings me back to the question: how exactly? How do you see the ideal form of our collaboration of co-launching projects or incubating projects together, or anything else? This magic that we can do together to launch the next projects that do 10x, 100x, 1000x, and so on and so forth.
Okay. So like before meeting you, seeing you, we do invest ourselves in several projects, and the way we invest is that they have to commit that they will use first commitment is that they have to use me as the sole market maker. So that way I can control the selling pressure, the price, the tokenomics, etc. And since I'm quite
Mm-hmm.
confident in my pricing models, like I generally at least will not lose. Like worst case is that we break even in terms of investments. So that's
Mm-hmm.
the first kind of thing we can cooperate, I would say. Like whenever a project comes to either me or you, we ask them that if we invest, like we must have a final say in the tokenomics and also the
Mm-hmm.
market making side, so we can control,
Mm-hmm.
because projects they can always be too greedy, like going to too many launch pads, or just take the tokens and sell beginning, like maybe like super meme. So that's what I want to control, like very important. And the things that are less important is that apart from those launchpad in money and market making resources, from my side, my team also has researching, marketing, and developer resources that the project can use anytime. And if a project comes to us and they want to use those resources, then normally first we charge a little bit of a fee, and secondly we charge more on the profit share. So it's more gain, it's more skin in the game for us. So that's what I think we can collaborate. Like those resources of mine and your launchpad, your research team, and other resources you might have. Let's combine it. And whenever a project comes to us, we'll ask them that, hey, there are 5 resources like that, whichever you want, just pick it. After they pick it, then we will agree on a profit share percentage. Then just do it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that sounds like a plan. I'm trying to understand. You said you need control over 90% of all token allocation, right? In order to be sure where the price goes, correct?
Not really. Like that's the best case scenario is that I control more than 95% of the circulating supply.
Of the
It means,
circulating supply. Mhm.
yeah. So that's the best
But
way.
how? But how can you control it? I'm trying to figure out how, because there are VC investors, there are advisors, some backers, airdrops, rewards, whatever. So how can you get 95% under control of one market maker?
Yeah, the easiest way of getting 95%, like even total supply, is to a fair launch or a pump model of the tokens. So in those models, I can snipe, which means I can make the first buy when when the token is launched onto the market. So that's the easiest way. On the other hand, there are always tokens or projects that do pre-sale, like what you are talking about, which means they already sold tokens to other projects. So in those cases, we have several measures. The first measure is lock, like lock it. So let's say if it is locked for 6 months or 9 months, among those 6 months and 9 months, we can play with it and we can make it as successful as possible so that when those other tokens are unlocked, either we have enough money to buy them back or the market will hype and just jump in and buy. So the lock is one option. The second option is normally I talk to some investors, like some clients of mine are going to have some unlock soon. I talk to investors, like give me the tokens and either I will buy it from you OTC or I will help you trade with it so you earn a bit more. So that's another thing that we can do.
Which is called, I believe it is called managed selling, right?
Yeah, kind of.
Okay.
Mm. And like there are also other tricks. Like for example, if the project have money, like some of my clients, they have money, they have USDT or ETH in their inventory, that is enough to buy back. So whenever an unlock is going to happen, I either talk to the investors or I control the price in a way that they can still sell profitably, but not too profitable, but they still want to sell. So I buy back at a reasonable price. So there are several tricks like that ensures that at least at the beginning, like at least for the first 3 months, I should have more than 95% control of the circulating supply. So I can play with it, make it a good performing token that can be interesting to sexes, and then it goes to sexes, preferably after the first 3 months. Then from there, even if unlocks happens, normally there is liquidity to be injected.
Okay, I see. So I believe with some projects, it's pretty realistic to do what you described. The only question you mentioned, if you sold to VCs, you need to lock it, right? Via cliff or vesting or whatever, 6 months, 9 months, whatever. But there is also a discussion now on the market. Nobody knows how long this bull cycle will continue. And some investors, VC investors, are pushing projects to do shorter cliffs, shorter, faster unlocks, because they say, hey, bull market maybe will continue by summer 25, and we will be not able to get liquid. So give me faster the unlock and etc. What is your expert opinion on this?
Yeah, the first answer is don't do the pre-sale anymore. Like pre-sale is not the trend of this season. Like the decision is fair launch. It's pump model, which the project owner normally just snipe all the tokens themselves. The reason for projects to do pre-sale is either they want to go long term, like Midu. Midu is like a 10-year project. It's not quick money, and they want to start correctly with good names around them. Or there are other projects who just want a quick money and go with the pre-sale. But anyway, if pre-sale happen and if the unlock cannot be too long, like let's say we cannot even unlock. Let's say at the beginning we need to have 50% of the token supply go to the market right away. So there are two choices. The first choice, prepare some USDT if you can. Use the USDT that you raised to buy back. Of course, there are tricks to buy back at cheap price, low price. So that's one way. The second way is just let the price down. Just make it down and focus more on marketing, make the project hype in other ways so that the retail jump in and inject liquidity. In terms of liquidity injection on certain sexes, like if we're listed on Gates or if we're listed on Korean exchanges, like we have other tricks to inject liquidity into the project also. When I say inject liquidity, I mean to force the retail buyers to buy the token.
This is one thing. Another thing that I would love to learn and understand how it works, but maybe not today because I think you will spend a lot of time just teaching me how this part works. For example, I heard from some founders that when you list on Gate, you can also take European exchange Bitpanda, and they work very beautifully together. So if you do listing on Gate plus Bitpanda, you can do double, triple, quadruple volumes. Then you can list on, for example, KuCoin or OKX or something like that. Is it true?
Not really. Volume is not important. Like volume as in trading volume per day, like some million per day. Is the job of market maker. It's easy. It's just a number. It's not real. The real thing, the important thing is liquidity. When I say liquidity, I mean what is the net buy power? Like when you list it on Gates, some people retail will come there, some go buy and some will sell. So buy volume minus sell volume, what is the net? So when I say inject liquidity, I mean I have ways to force the retail traders to go to the SEX, buy the tokens, not sell it. So that is important. So let's say if you're listed on Gate without marketing, without liquidity injection techniques, etc. Normally, from projects I see, like listing on Gate, either cost zero or cost somewhere around 50K. And the liquidity that they get on the first month without successful marketing is just something around 300K to 400K. So not much.
Correct. And these days, listing on Gate is 150, not 50K, 150K, just listing fee. It's crazy.
Depends on the sex.
Gate, I mean Gate.io.
Nah, Gate, like my most recent listing on Gate, which happens last week, was free, zero cost.
Oh, that's amazing. It's because of your deep, intimate relationship with Gate?
Yes, and they also have metrics. So it depends. It is the job of the market maker also to drive those metrics in terms of trading, and also the job of the marketing team to drive the marketing metrics, so that we can have some good groundwork to talk to exchanges. But Gate is definitely not more than 100K. If a project just listed on your site with more than 100K, it's either false information or they have been squeezed.
Is it related for KuCoin as well? Because, for example, Ava paid 250K for listing on KuCoin. Are they
250,
squeezed?
right?
250 for KuCoin listing, right?
Yeah, it's the correct price, but they didn't know how to negotiate. That's the thing. Like 250 means that they talked to KuCoin. KuCoin said, "Hey, 250," and they said, "Okay." That's what happened.
Okay, I see. Yeah, they used some advisor who pretended that he has a very good relationship with KuCoin and can make a very good deal with them. I think he kind of
You're muted.
You're muted.
Sorry, I say I'm back, and I think this advisor maybe just played this double earning game, earned from the project, earned from KuCoin, and then everyone is grateful.
Yeah, of course. Like 250K is the non-negotiated price. My last listing on KuCoin was 300K deposit that can be withdrawn after 3 months, which is not a cost, just a deposit. 100K deposit that will become cost if some KPIs are not met, but we already met the KPIs after the first 2 weeks, so they will be returned after 1 month. So it was a free listing.
And KPIs are as usually like how many new traders you bring to KuCoin or Gate or whatever, right?
Depends. Like on Bybit, on KuCoin, on Gate, it's different. But on KuCoin, the new user KPI is a good one. Like it can always be negotiated.
Okay, wonderful. So, getting back to Midu, so I more or less understand the structure right now and how we can approach projects. Just before Midu, tell me please, what is the most efficient way to keep it off the ground? Meaning, we are sending you the project with tokenomics details, etc. We are talking with founders and see that they are flexible, so they are not stubborn, and they are eager, for example, to sign the market making contract and to give you control over these processes, right? And then what? You do analysis, come back to us saying if you think we can make a very, very bullish case out of it or not, right? And then we do an intro chat. So how to organize it properly, how to structure it, because we are a little bit in a mess by the end of the year and with all these launches. So I just want to ensure that we do not miss anything and we do everything step by step properly in order to be efficient for your team and for our team.
Okay, from my side, when a project comes to me, I will just put your resources and the table of resources that I have. Like before, I didn't have any launchpad to talk about. Now I have one.
Mm-hmm.
So I will tell them, if you need a launchpad, this is where to go. And if they say yes, and if my DD is true, which means they are not
Mm-hmm.
scammers, they are good listeners, etc., then I will just create a group chat, and then you DD also, and you decide whether or not to say yes to them. And if you say yes to them, I say yes to them, we do. On the other hand, if a project comes to you, yeah, you can just tell them that, like even at the first stage, I guess when they come to them, they will send you documents.
Mm-hmm.
So feel free to share to me whenever you want. I will do DD alongside with you, so we save time. So let's say after 1 week, we have the answer. Let's say you say yes and I say yes. And in that case, we can, at that point, you can just package all the services that you can provide from Alphamind side, which includes Launchpad, market making, marketing, and developer, Vietnam market, Korea market, etc. listing. So they pick. So whichever service they pick, then we will confirm that. Okay, let's say they pick the Launchpad, the market making service, and the Korea market service, for example. So at that point, you create a group chat, and I work with them also.
Okay, wonderful. This is clear. Ioannis, Alex, everything is clear for you for the structure?
Yes.
Wonderful. Jumping to Midu. Ioannis, would you like to start with our feedback regarding Midu, what we discussed on investment committee?
Yes, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So regarding Midu, I mean, in general, let's say we like the concept behind it. We really like that it already has a community on the Web2 platform, right? We try to understand how we can, let's say, when we take this community, how we can convert them to actual token holders and kind of convert them on chain and have them using the product, right? We also really like the idea that, I mean, we can work together on this and kind of collaborate on the tokenomic side, kind of find the best path for being a great success. So, I mean, we really want to understand, like, what's the current stage of Midu? Is it strictly the Web2 platform right now that exists? Is there any development that has been done already on the Web3 part? And like, when we expect to launch, will the users actually have, I mean, a product that they can watch, or they're just investing on a Web2 platform with a grand vision of being on chain and having this Web3 nature, let's say?
Okay, let me focus on your question. To answer that question, I just sent you a link to a project named Fanzil, which is a very successful project, like very successful on Chromia. I'm not sure if you're familiar with the chain, which is a European chain, Chromia, CHR. I will just type the
Yes,
name.
I've heard of it before. Yes, Chromia.
Okay, so this is a project that belongs to a friend of mine. We help each other a bit, so I take it as a good case study. What Fanzio did is that they are a fan token platform. But different from those shitty projects like Santos or Barcelona tokens, which is performing very bad right now, what they do is that they go to each club. So currently they are working with Stuttgart, which is a Germany soccer club. What they do is that they make token for them, they make NFT for them, they make a website for them where users can come there and buy or play games or do things like that. So they play football games, they play betting games, they buy NFT of the players of the club, etc. And all of them, all of those users are Web2 users, like old people, old European people. None of them know about crypto or whatever. And the way
Right.
they did it is that they did the account abstraction, and through that, users on Web3 didn't even know that they are interacting with Web3.
Mhm.
They are just looking at as a normal website, log in with Facebook, log in with Twitter, etc. And but since the marketing and the club members are very loyal to the club, they do a lot of interaction. And Chromia sees a lot of transactions from Fanzil. So from that, Chromia is giving Fanzil a lot of incentive. The first thing is that they're giving them free transaction fee, like totally free. So etc. So they get close to the chain. So that's what I want to do with Midu also. Midu right now, they already have the user base. I think 3 million active. I will confirm the number on the Google Analytics, but some millions. So the way I want to do is that since they're already doing everyday learning, go to a website, buy courses, learn courses, etc. I will do the exact same thing. Account abstraction, every single action of them on Web2 is converted on Web3, and they will not know about it. It will be seamless. Just log in
Mhm.
with your Facebook, that's it. Or even log in with your Midu account, and each Midu account will be tied to a wallet. So that's why I'm considering what chain it should be launched. It should be launched on. Linear is one choice that we can
Mhm.
consider, because those amount of users, those amount of action per day, transactions per day is interesting to any chain. I'm quite sure. Like we can ask a lot from the chain owner, from the foundation of the chain. At least give us some good transaction fee, give us maybe some grants later, or some cross marketing, etc. So
So we can definitely bring this. Let's pack it together for Linea, and not only for Linea. I suggest also to try Taiko, for example. What do you think of them, Taiko?
and what are you talking about? I'm not even sure what it is.
Ah, you don't know. Taiko is another L2 on EVM. I think it had some pretty good awareness during this summer, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know, Ioannis, can you bring a little bit more context what Taiko is?
Yeah, Taiko, it's layer 2 built on top of EVM as well, and
Mhm.
it's ZK rollup, similar to Linea.
Similar to Metis and to everyone else.
Yeah, and also I think Taiko is very much concentrated on the Asia market.
Mhm.
So I find it surprising that maybe Kwang hasn't heard of
Yeah,
it. Maybe they're doing something. They need to bump up their marketing
yeah.
efforts.
I
Can you
thought,
type the link? Like
Yes,
maybe I will know
I
this.
drop you the link
yeah.
here now.
I remember they were very popular in Japan. Oh.
Okay, it's a Japanese name. Anyway,
Mhm.
okay, it's confirmed that I don't know them.
That's fine. There are so many blockchains right now that it's impossible to know about each of them if you are not just a researcher full time into blockchains, right?
Yeah,
But
maybe my DeFi team know. I have no idea.
They probably would know of Taiko, your dev team. Yeah, I think.
yeah, and what I tried to say is we can try bringing Midu to Linea, to Taiko, and maybe some other emerging chains, and see
Yep.
who gives better conditions, right?
Yes, that's true. That's true. So
Mhm.
just a small link, just a small link. Like, just keep it confidential. One of my clients is on ZK. You know the blockchain ZK?
ZK Sync.
ZK Sync.
ZK.
ZK Sync.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah. So They raised a lot like some years ago. They have been doing absolutely nothing. The chain is pretty much quite bad. So one of my clients is on that chain, and since they are doing very well, they will be getting a grant of somewhere between 5 and 10 million next year. So that's the kind of thing I want projects to negotiate.
Okay.
Mhm.
So, and you are trying to negotiate for cash, solid fat cash grant, not in kind grant.
Not really. Cash is best, always best, but anything else is good. Like for example, the example of Chromia. First, they give free transaction fee or very low, I think, and secondly, they're helping the project to go to all clubs in Europe, like not just Germany but also UK, etc., to do the exact Fanzil clone for every other clubs. So any kind of help can be helpful, because
Okay.
when we talk to chains, I think with the amount of users that we do have, and they will be surprised on the first day that we launch. So I have no worry. Yeah.
Actually, this is quite a common thing among those chains that are not top 10 blockchain, right? To support projects with cash or significant grants. There is another chain, Hyperledger. Maybe you heard of them.
Yeah, I know. I
Hyperledger.
heard that.
Yeah, and let's be honest, they were never on big hype, and especially recently, last years, they were quite down with awareness, etc. But meanwhile, I also know a project that received, I think, 3 million cash grant from Hyperledger. And this is also a project bringing Web2 world to Web3. I think it's some music platform with a lot of Web2 users that tries to convert those Web2 users to use Web3 without even knowing what Web3 is.
That's the trend nowadays, to convert users to Web3 seamlessly. That's the best way. And one day, like let's say we make them, convert them into Web3 users without them knowing, but day by day we give them some airdrop into their actions, and at some point we tell them, hey, if you look at it, you have $200 in your airdrop wallet. Learn a bit about crypto. So that's fine.
And that will definitely motivate them to learn at least how to sell.
Yeah. That's true. That's more action to be taken. So
And speaking about Midu, as we said already, we are really excited about this project and the concept, and I love it a lot. And especially, I was looking for something like e-learning and etc. for many years in Web3, but all the projects I saw, they just collapsed. They never did a good job. Maybe because they did not have any Web2 experience and just tried to build Web3 e-learning platforms without understanding how to build e-learning business. But the major concern that was brought up on a call with our invest committee and our colleague there, he's ex-Crypto Maria Capital managing partner, he was very much concerned regarding the regional focus, because right now Midu has only Vietnamese market and very locally focused, right? Majority, if I understand correctly, like among these 2-3 million users, all of these are Vietnamese, and there is no international angle. And his concern is the following: that it would be very hard to present and generate hype in international crypto community around a very locally focused project. What do you think about this?
Yeah, I think the first point you mentioned is very correct, because most projects, they just take like the trends, like, hey, let's put AI, let's put educational, etc. onto our project, just to pull money from Web3. That's the wrong fundamental way. Correct fundamental way is that be successful on Web2 first, and think about doing fundamental things on Web3. So on the other hand, in terms of Midu going global, there are three angles that we can push. The first angle is, like before, the first angle, we can be frank and say that yes, you're totally correct. Midu is very focused on Vietnam. Like they dominate Vietnam market, to be more exact. Like the biggest edu platform, everyone use it. In terms of potential user, I think they can grow to 10 million within this year or next year. But that's it. Their English interface is very shitty right now. Their website is, in terms of international standard, it's not international standard at all. That's why in terms of the improvement, I'm going to jump in with my developer team and marketing team to help them make a better website, make better apps to go international. In terms of international angles, there are several angles, but the way I want to go is like the link I just sent you, Open Campus, which is a project incubated by Animoca brands, and they're very successful with the token named EduCoin right now. There are several angles. The first angle is that since we have users, we can thrive on any chain. So let's say we go to Metis, for example, chain. We can cross with any other project. Like I'm already talking with Growfitter, which is a project that has, I think, 1 billion or some 100 million users in India, and they are fitness users. So I'm thinking of ways to convert edu users to fitness and fitness users to edu, which is not too difficult actually, because Growfitter want to grow in Vietnam also. So that's what I want. I want to offer projects that are already having users. I share you my users, you share me your users, as long as we don't compete. So that's the first step. The second step is in terms of the chain itself. We go to Metis, we go to Lenia, we make a lot of transactions per day, and that's already successful, and that already make us look very nice on chain. So whenever people go to the Defilama of Metis, for example, they see what is the biggest transaction volume or transaction actions per day project. It is gonna be Medu or whatever. The third angle is global in terms of partners. If they're partnered with Alphamind, if they're partnered with, and they're already partnering with Tether, they're gonna, between Tether and Midu, we already have talked for quite a while. At least we're gonna launch a blockchain academy together. So Tether is gonna be a partner, and there will be other good names in terms of partner also. It's unconfirmed yet, but likely right now in the board of Midu, we already have an advisor among the Trump team. And if Trump's gonna come to Vietnam next year, probably he can give Midu a visit. So
Wow.
those things will boost the name of the project, but it's just marketing activity. The thing is we have to expand. So I'm already helping the team to build a new website and new app, at least change the language to proper English, so that we can reach Europe and US markets. And in terms of Euro and US market, I don't see too many competitors that is as trendy as Midu in terms of the tech. So of course it depends on the luck of the success of a project on the foreign market, but I believe that it's not too hard to acquire at least 2 million users in global market next year.
Um, mm, that sounds wonderful. What do you think? How long it will take to do this initial marketing push in order to start getting visibility on international crypto scene?
After the launch, after the token launch, because there are two things that help us shine on Web3. The first thing is the amount of users and transaction on chain. So as soon as I choose a chain and launch it, we can convert seamlessly those user action onto the chain. And the second thing that makes a project shine on global network, on global market, Web3, is the price of the token or the market cap. That thing after the launch, like 3 months after the launch, I will handle it.
Okay, so your plan is not to promote project before the launch in order to raise big money and do a successful launch, but do an opposite, like launch it before when it's still under radar, and then start pumping the token price and doing international marketing, correct?
Yep. So the project is already self-sustainable. They don't need the money from the rise to sustain the project. So maximum I want to rise in the launch round of the token in terms of the pre-sale is 3 million. USDT. And after that, we'll just use that fund to do marketing and to do market make.
But in order to raise you mean raise 3 million on a public market on IDO, or raise 3 million from VCs plus whatever else rounds they will have?
All included. All included.
All included. Okay. So then before the launch, we also need to do VC fundraising, right?
Yep. And actually, like the team already received, I think 1.2 or 1.4 million. So I'm just looking, from Vietnam investors.
Is it from traditional VCs or from crypto-related VCs?
Traditional VCs.
Okay. And traditional VCs are not scared to invest in tokens, in SAFT?
Because Peter, the CEO and founder of the project, he's well known in Vietnam. Like, at least he's not a scammer. So he goes around, talk to people, and everyone knows him.
Ah, okay, lovely. So it is like 1.5 million left to raise, right?
I would say maximum 2 left, like 2 million maximum.
Maximum 2 left. And then another question regarding tokenomics. So right now you have only traditional VCs. So the liquidity is under control for the token, as you described previously. But if you continue raising with other VCs, are there long cliffs and vesting periods for VCs, or how will you control this 90% of liquidity?
So the first thing is that in terms of sales and pre-sale, at least from VCs in Vietnam, I will hold their token in the market maker inventory. They already agree that they will go long term, so it's easy. On the other hand, in terms of tokens on the launchpad or on the public rounds, the percentage is low enough for me to control the price. And if I get good communities like Alphamind community, then I don't have to worry about the sell pressure at the beginning. I don't plan to be too greedy with launchpad. So currently I'm talking to three launch teams. The first is Alphamind, the second is Dexfox Venture, and the third is CMC Labs.
CoinMarketCap.
Yeah.
Oh, they have a launchpad. I didn't even know.
Not really launchpad, but VC.
Ah, okay. They have a VC. Is it community VC or is it like LPGP?
No, it's internal. It's internal. I think the money comes from Binance.
Okay.
I think they kind of accelerate or incubate projects, right? They have this kind of deal.
Kind of incubator that leads to launch pool easier on Binance normally. But
wonderful.
Anyway, the thing about this round is, like, of course, I want to get 2 million so that I can secure some marketing and market making fund and also money to buy back the public round. But more importantly is that I want to get communities and name. So like community like Alphamind, like we can never get those community from Asia market.
So tell me, please, first question, how we can help you with this project? Because the IDO itself is one thing, we need to pack it beautifully, pack tokenomics, metrics, fundamentals presented to the community, but what else do you need from us? How else we can help you to strengthen this project, both from fundraise perspective and from launch perspective?
Okay, first in terms of fundraise, I'm not sure if you say yes, but if you say yes, let me know what number we should look at in terms of the rest. And secondly, in terms of the chain, you're connected to Line and other chains. If you say yes to the launch, then please take on behalf of the project, go talk to those chains. And it can boost Alphamind's name also, because just like Growfitter is the biggest project on Metis right now, I think Midu will be the biggest project on any L2 that we want to launch in terms of transaction volume at least.
But by the way, Growfitter, they told me that they are not yet on Metis. At least the founder told me this. He told me that they are not yet on Metis.
They are. They are. Grafito is on Metis. The token is not, but the transactions are.
Okay. Yeah, indeed, they did some transactions on Metis, but they did not yet decide if their token will be on Metis or not, because they also want to do better deal with the chain. And they are talking with several chains right now, checking which one will give them bigger grant, bigger support, and bigger incentives.
Totally makes sense. You're talking to Sam, right?
I think so. I do not remember now the name of the founder, but yeah, I think it's the founder.
The
name
funny
is
idiot.
Sam. Yeah, Sam.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what I advise Sam also. Even Tom is very frank about that. Like, if Metis cannot make the best deal, then why not?
Okay. Look, for the chains, we can start right away, and there is no need even any formal confirmation or whatever on our side, because we are happy to help here. And we only need from your side, you send us tokenomics or pitch deck, which you highlighted. It's just a draft. It's not ready. Yeah. Can you please send us some updated version where it is more realistic, a roadmap, tokenomics, and other details that we can present to the chains?
Okay, sure. Let me adjust the current pitch deck and finish it by maybe Tuesday, and then update you on Wednesday.
Okay, wonderful. Next, speaking about launch dates, do you already have some date target for TGE and for future listing? And is it DEX listing only, or you already have some sexes in mind?
I already talked to Sexes, but I'm considering. Like, it depends a lot on the chain that I choose. So, my current idea is that I will play on DEX for 1 month and then list on Sex, because it drives some traction. And within that month, if we are very lucky with marketing and traction, we can talk to the likes of OKEX to do first listing. So that's the kind of opportunity I want to leave. Otherwise, I'm already talking to Sexes and some tier threes already to do the first launch, even TGE launch, or even launchpad on the exchange on the site itself.
But the big goal is to do 1 month DEX with good volumes and good liquidity boost and performance, and then jump directly on OKEX, right?
Yeah, the likes of OKEX. So OKEX, Binance, or even Korea exchanges,
Okay.
which I have some connections. So I know their metrics, but there's always a luck element.
But do you think it's possible to launch on Binance as well?
We must be very lucky.
Come on, I know we are in the industry where gamble and luck is not like 80% of success, but I hate relying on luck, on just luck. It's hard. It's really hard.
Yeah, of course, we should never tell anyone that we're gonna be listed on Binance. It comes as it comes. Otherwise, we can pretty much confirm on the other names like Gate, Maxi, Bitget, Qcoin. Those names easy. 100% sure that we can list when we want.
Okay, but when you will, so you said it will depend on the chain. So right now, the first priority is to bring you some chains to start conversation and understand which one gives the best solutions. Okay. Anything else except chains that you may need?
So apart from Launchpad, apart from chain, I guess we can do some cross marketing. I'm not sure if you have resources in terms of marketing or in terms of user conversion, but I'm really interested in the European market. If you have any idea on that side, I'm willing to do. On my side, I'm already pushing the project to expand to other countries in Asia, especially Korea and Japan, and also expand to US, which is the biggest market. I want to compete with Open Campus. Other than that, Europe, I didn't think about it.
Okay. And will it be the tokenomics? Will it be similar to Fair Launch as you recommended? Yeah. or it will be like more allocations and more unlocks for retail, or how it will be structured?
It will be pre-sale. It will be pre-sale model, which means we have several rounds like seed round, private round, public round, etc.
Mm-hmm. And the unlocks will be also traditional. It will be not like 50% or 100% unlock, right? It will be like maybe
Yeah,
15, 20, something like that.
yeah, something around TGE 15%, cliff 2 months, and linear vesting 12 months, etc.
Okay. And speaking about marketing, do you also need some QLs that are targeting English-speaking audience?
If you have the list, just send me the list, and then among that list, if I wanna get contacted to any among those, I will ask your help. Right now is not the time to do KOL yet, but
Mm-hmm.
later. Mhm.
And by the way, you believe that QLs are better to do right before the IDO and TGE, right?
No, like one thing that I noticed with crypto projects nowadays is that in a lot of their minds, marketing is all about KOL and Twitter or Telegram posts, but it's just a small part of marketing. Like it's a lot of other things like posting on Facebook, making target audience, try to find a theme of the project, do media buying, etc. So my style is that we prepare everything on the table and we test everything, not just KOL, but media buying, but posting, sitting, email marketing, etc. And whatever channel we see performing better, we scale the spend on that channel.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's very interesting. I think one day we can exchange some insights on how to utilize marketing better and what channels work, what don't work. We are now experimenting with a lot of different channels, groups, communities, and also we'll start KOL marketing on January for Alphamind. We didn't yet do it for ourselves, and we will see what brings results and what brings zero results. So yeah, very excited to learn about it. Okay, so for TTRG, can you please drop us an invitation call? If I have time, I would love to join in just to hear your feedback about the project.
Of course.
Yeah, and just for your information, the current economics that they have was built by CDI team. If I'm not mistaken, Jonas is correct that this project was incubated by CDI or not?
So we do not have, let's say, official information. They are incubated by CDI, but based on our experience with Super as well, they have the same tokenomic structure. They were both confirmed by CDI like a long ago. So most probably, yeah. I mean, CDI is the one kind of that recommended and created this tokenomics.
Yeah.
Which we have seen like in a lot of projects as of lately. So yeah.
So why am I bringing up is because don't test it if you see that the economics is not good enough, or if it has any drawbacks. Don't test it if they directly founders, because CDI is a big player, and I don't think that they're the best in understanding economics and designing economics. So it could be that they did some mistakes, whatever.
This might sound embarrassing. This is any link to the city guys. I have no idea.
CDI guys? CDI!
Yeah.
Just a second. It's a launchpad and a founder focused on gaming mostly. It originated focused on gaming. Right now they are flexible in what they join, how they join, what they launch, how they launch, and so on. This is a link. Yeah. And they have a new launchpad and an empty launchpad, and they're a pretty big player, I would say. They have launched a lot of different projects, and they are also doing, this full cycle.
Okay. I know. Sorry. I thought you said city. That's right.
No, yes, sorry for my pronunciation.
No worry.
Okay, so how we going to do there? Is there anything else? I forgot to ask a small question about this Korean meme. You wrote something like it is merged or it is bought by someone?
Are we talking about IPT?
Yes.
Okay. In terms of IPT, everybody wants to take it, especially Koreans, because it originates from the song that Rose singer. So small like five black and hash it. The two biggest consumer vendors in Korea really want to do it together with me. So I'm considering it.
Okay. So you are considering what does it mean? Are you still planning to launch in January?
I really want to on January 2020.
January 20th. Are you going to do any launch pad or it does not make sense to do a launch pad for this meeting?
I'm not sure yet. I'm open to any idea. If you wanna do it on Alphamind, I'm totally willing to put it on the table.
Did you choose the chain?
Not yet. but very likely it will be Solana.
Solana, okay. And initially you told me that it would be just an experiment, right? So you said it's like you launch a few new coins, you see how they perform, you experiment, you learn, and then you finally launch a really big success in coin. Did it change?
Not really. That's the mentality when I do platforms. Right now, I'm having several changes to build their own platform, the clone platform. And the way we do platform is that after we launch the platform, we have to launch several things on it. So it's always risky because we always like at the beginning, but the meme becomes successful or not depends on luck. Depends on marketing and on luck. So we launch a lot, and whichever is hype, we push it. That's the mentality of the platform. For IPT, I'm pretty sure it's going to be a big project.
Okay, so if you decide to do it on a launch pad, we are likely to consider. We just need your input. How big or small allocation should it be? What should be the conditions? Because we do not do this direct. It's a launch pad, but it's not a DEX, right? We can't do direct listing right on a launch pad. So it will be probably 1 day for the listing or something like that, a couple of few days before the listing. So we should figure out these details with you. Maybe you can send it over, and if you have any clarity, or if you want to brainstorm about this in order not to make this call too long today, I will be always available. I will not go to winter holidays, so we can always jump on a call any time during the next days.
In terms of investment, either we do all the APT. What size in terms of USDT is your usual size on the Alphamind community?
It depends. So far, we did only 2 launches. One was 1 million, another one was 100K. Right now, we will do the 6 protocol targeting between 100 and 300K. So it depends. I don't yet have the experience launching 10, 20, 50 projects where I can have more precise data. Because it's also a lot depends on how market performs. So, for example, if when it was this really big market like last week, many retailers were scared to invest in new projects, just psychologically. So unfortunately, I can't give you precise data or precise amount. I think we can experiment around 100K to be on the safe side. But it depends,
Okay, gotcha. I would put that into consideration. In terms of market, like very sure that around January it will be moving. So no worry, keep your up.
Oh, thank you. I love positive predictions. By the way, give me another positive prediction. So you said that the true bull market will start in the middle of January, right? And what will happen? Like February, you said last call, you said that Chinese New Year will not ruin our plans this time, right? Because it does not have that much info, correct?
Yeah. I totally agree.
Wonderful. And how long overall bull market you expect?
Just like historically, you should see some move from January around 10 to the end of April, and then acceleration from April to August, and from August to December, another move. But I mean, that's just historically. It's not fact.
Okay, I also believe that everything will be fine. So let's target and let's not lose time. Let's launch as many projects as possible. Good projects on January, February, March, so that we can generate a lot of traction, revenues, and success cases.
Agree.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Juan. I hope to see you soon on the call with CKAG. And let's follow up on Telegram if something else we forgot.
Okay, sure. Thanks, guys. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.